access into our homes and mindsets at the cost of our dollars. We are beyond tired, enraged, and unwilling to accept any more excuses regarding equality, which is ordained by God and cannot be delegated and rationed out by any man. Inside of a nation that was built on our backs, our creativity, and only repaid with unjustified bloodshed. And while our country is once again facing unrest and social turbulence, we also cannot allow this opportunity to pass without shedding more light on these current events and address the unspoken hard truth that some seem unwilling to address on their platforms. Our covenant with our Heavenly Father was established when He empowered us Black people with the name Israel and labeled us as His peculiar people. And the etymology of peculiar means belonging exclusively to one being, special in particular. And He also laid out the blessings and curses that we can expect if we chose to disobey His commandments. While we are hurting, exhausted, and boiling with emotion, we must also understand that our opposition not only knows our true identity, but have also become masters of our weaknesses and intentionally structure systems to entangle us in sin.
Judith chapter 5, verse 17. And while they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them. 18. But when they departed from the way which He appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. 19. But now are they returned to their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
From anyone who wants to sell to them. But we all know that before you can sell to customers, you've got to get to know them. You must understand something about them. What do the Negro customers buy? Why do they buy? How do you sell to them? Let's find out. Let's hear the opinion of men who have spent a lifetime studying the buying habits of customers the world over. Here is what sales psychologists have to say about selling to the Negro.
The secret of selling to the Negro is expressed in one word. That word is recognition. Now, there's nothing unusual about that. People want to be recognized. They need recognition. That's basic in all of us. But perhaps because he's had so little of it, the Negro needs even more. He needs to feel important and appreciated. This need is a very real and important one. It shows up even in many of the Negro's shopping habits. Anyone who sells or wants to sell to the Negro customer should know about some of these habits. 3 habits in particular play a big part in every sales transaction. To begin with, most Negroes buy by brand. They ask for products by name. They're quick to turn down off brands. Do you wonder why? Well, listen to what this customer is thinking.
That last hat I bought just didn't hold up at all.
You see, for a long time, the Negro has been sold a lot of shoddy, second-class merchandise. So now he asks for name brands in order to make sure he gets his money's worth. Buying by brand, that's the first important Negro buying habit. Now for the second. The Negro buys good quality merchandise. Symbols of quality and prestige are very important to the Negro customer. This woman, for example, is buying fine crystalware. But she is also buying the admiration and approval of her friends and relatives. Listen to her thoughts.
My, isn't it beautiful? I can hardly wait to show it to Sally and Joan.
It's a well-known fact that many Negro customers are influenced by the opinions of others. What their friends may think of a certain item often decides whether or not the sale is made. So remember, the Negro buys quality merchandise. That's the second important point. And here's the third thing to remember when selling to a Negro customer. When he specifically asks for one thing, don't try to sell him something else. don't try to switch him at the point of sale. If you do, he'll probably react something like this.
Doesn't he think I've got the money to pay for it?
There's a reason for this reaction. Again, because he's had experience with cheap merchandise, the Negro resents being offered a substitute. He wants to be sold on quality, not price. The Negro buys by brand, he buys quality, and he doesn't like to be switched at point of sale. These are the keys to selling the Negro customer.
Which is the only force on this earth that can prevent us from operating in our true power. Sadly, they seem to know more about us than we do ourselves at times. So in no way are we aiming to divert the much needed and overdue attention away from the situation at hand with these unarmed killings, and we fully stand with all of the families of those who have been slain and the protesters around the globe who, like us, are frustrated, angry, and tired of not only the unjustified killings, but also the slow response in arresting and convicting those responsible. What is violently taking place with every one of these senseless killings of our brothers and sisters is madness and completely evil. However, because we only seem to unite at this level of magnitude when we are being killed by someone outside of our own race, we must take advantage of this because we may not have another great opportunity such as this to address certain points. And in closing, after justice has been served for the deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, David McAddy, Ahmaud Arbery, and the countless others who will never be forgotten, we as a people still face an even greater obstacle to overcome, and that's facing how we unite once again toward the mission of loving ourselves and each other. So, I know she touched on it at the top of it. I know you're heavy. But how do you feel when you look out, when you see the posts, you listen to the news, talk to friends and family, being a woman, being a mother, having lost a nephew, how does this hit you?
I'm just lost for words because it's almost like I want to say we shouldn't do this and we shouldn't do that, and we shouldn't do certain things, but we're angry. And we ain't used to this, even though racism has been around.
Mm.
We're not used to this. We wasn't raised up, we didn't see that. So we want answers. Matter of fact, excuse my language, fuck answers. We don't want answers, we want change. Excuse my language. But that's how I mean it like that. Like, we don't want answers, we want change. We want to be treated like we're supposed to be treated, but because now I've educated myself and I understand who I am, biblically, like spiritually, the true Israelite, I'm not sure change is ever going to come on that end. So now my thing is I'm believing that change will come amongst amongst God's chosen. I had somebody come up on my page the other day and was like, and I never read my comments, but since all this has been going on, I kind of read because sometimes I have other celebrities or other people hit me in DMs and stuff I normally don't check to ask me to be a part of stuff or just checking up on me and we're checking up on each other. And so I saw the person say, we're all God's children. And yeah, we are. But he has his tribe, his chosen one. And I know who I am. And that's what I was talking about.
Deuteronomy 14:2. For thou art a holy people unto the Most High thy God, and the Most High has chosen thee to be a particular people unto himself above all nations that are upon the earth. 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a particular people, that ye should show forth the praise of him who has called you out of the darkness into his marvelous light. Verse 10. Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. Verse 12. Having your conversations honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, that they may be your good works, which they shall behold and glorify God in the day of visitation. You see, once you admit that you are of, the Shemitic, or you are Hebrew or Israelite, then people started to speak down evil against you. We're like, what are you talking about? Because they don't understand the scriptures, they don't understand the word. So they're going to speak evil against you, just like Nick Cannon, just like Deshaun Jackson, Professor Griff, and along other celebrities as well.
And so in order to know what I was talking about, you gotta study that to show that stuff. You gotta study. You gotta get in the book.
Do you really read the same book every day?
No, fam.
We cannot depend on the law of the land. We cannot depend on the government. We cannot depend on certain things. We gotta depend on the book. What's the book? That's the word. That's the Bible.
Already, I was just wanted to talk real scripture, man. We really chosen out here.
Let's go. Talk to me. Talk to the people. Talk to me.
Oh, okay, man. This goes deep. It's deeper than Black Lives Matter. It's deeper than March. It's real scripture. We chosen from Puerto Rico to DR to America to the Bahamas. The boat didn't just stop in America. The boat went everywhere.
Absolutely. It was different stops. For sure.
The scriptures is real. Deuteronomy 28. And if don't nobody know, whoever watching the 12 chosen tribes, that's who we are. The scriptures. If you ain't never read the scripture in your life, I know they told you that other people wrote the book or wrote the Bible, was translated. But King James is one of us. We all chosen. It's 1,200. It's 144 elite.
Talk to him.
We all gotta wake up. And who that have an ear, let them hear. That's what it say. Who that have an ear, let them hear. We chosen people. We gotta wake up. The ignorance, everything that go on in this world, it come off the strength of us. We broke the first covenant. Our people did, but we also gotta be the people that bring it back and bring it back together.
So what you want people to know? What you want people to know from this?
I want everybody to know that it's more than 10 commandments. It's 160 laws that we got to keep as a people. Eat right, treat your brother right.
Talk to him.
Brother right, and you fight the enemy with how the enemy fights you. The book is our book. The King James Version Bible is our history.
1,000%. Talk to us. I love it. Keep going.
Puerto Rican, whether you Colombian, the meek shall inherit the earth.
Like a good mind, we're in a real fix here. What do you think I should do?
Lenny, officially, the church will not take any position on the religious implications of these phenomena. Personally, Lenny, I think it's a sign from God. But don't quote me on that.